Hey middle schoolers, Miss Brouwer here. I am going to show you how to paint with watercolors today. Quick disclaimer, I am not an artist. I would not call myself an artist. I'm no Miss Riva, but that's okay. I enjoy watercolor, so that's all that matters. Watercolor painting for me is something that I've always found relaxing. I love that you can mix the colors together. There's never really a wrong way to do it because you can just blend things in. And so I find myself painting or wanting to paint when I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed or have a lot on my mind. I find watercolor painting to be a way that I can focus on something other than what's happening around me or what's the thoughts in my mind. And so it helps me to refocus and to calm down. So I wanted to share that with you guys right now because in the time that we're in right now, I found myself painting a lot more because it's kind of an overwhelming and stressful time that we're in. So I wanted to share it with you guys, even though I'm not the greatest and the techniques I'm going to show you are pretty simple. I think it's important to find something that is going to help you slow your mind down and to kind of relax in this moment. So I'm going to show you probably two things that I have recently been painting. Like I said, they're very simple, but they're fun. I like to make mine into cards. They're smaller, so it's not as intimidating, a larger paper to work on. So I'm going to show you a couple cards that I've been working on. I have this one. I'm going to show you how to make the flower. It's probably the easiest thing to do with watercolor, but it still looks kind of cute. And then I'm going to show you this one, which is just kind of a fun background, and then you can put whatever words you want on it. So I'm also going to show you one of the lettering types that I like to do, so that's what you can look forward to. With watercolor, you're going to need to gather some materials. So you're of course going to need your watercolor paint. You're also going to need paper. I have watercolor paper, which just means that it's thicker and is going to absorb the water better. But if you have cardstock paper or just regular white computer paper, whatever you have will work. The thicker the paper, the better, because we're going to be using quite a bit of water. And the thinner the paper, it'll just get damp and easier to rip. But any paper will work. Then you're going to need a cup of water and a paintbrush. I just have a flat one, but it doesn't really matter what kind of brush you use. Then you're also going to need, so for what we're going to do, you're going to need a pen for the flower. I use black. And then you're going to need a marker for the lettering. I have just a thin marker. I'm also going to use black. And then you're going to need a sandwich baggie. I know that seems a little strange, but I will show you what we're going to do with that with our background later. All right, the first picture that I'm going to show you how to make is our flower. So you're going to want to get your brush pretty wet. And then you're going to pick your color. So let's see, I'll do this purple. So with watercolor, you need to activate the paint because it dries over time. So you need to get it pretty wet so you can start to see like a pool of paint at the bottom. So that looks pretty good. So now you're going to get some on your paintbrush. And then for the flower, I'm just going to make my petals. So I'm going to paint them in, and I'm not going to color in the middle yet. So I'm going to just outline the 5 petals. Petals done. I'm going to fill them in a little better. So if like this one is looking a little small, so I'm going to make it a little bigger. This one's pretty light, so I'm going to get some more paint on it. All right, and then I like to add some different colors to it to make it, to blend colors in. And so I'm gonna pick maybe this dark purple, so I have to activate it. And I'm just gonna kind of put some blobs in here. And then I'm gonna rinse my brush off and mix them around. Now I'm gonna add in my center. So I'm gonna make it yellow. All right, now the last step of painting, I know it's not looking like a lot right now, but just wait. What really makes it turn out is when we add the pen. So first I'm gonna add in the leaves. So now we need to wait for it to dry. Watercolor dries pretty quickly, so give it maybe 10 minutes and then we'll come back and add our pen and it'll really start to look like a flower. All right, now so this flower is dried, and we're gonna take our pen and we're gonna outline it. But the thing I like about this type of flower is that the outline does not have to be perfect. Actually, it's better if it's not. And if you mess up, it's okay, you'll see. So I'm just gonna pick a petal and just start outlining it. So I'm just gonna make a circle around it. So as you can see, like I missed part of it, I'm inside, and that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna do that a few times. I'm just gonna go over it. All right, and then we have it all outlined except for the middle. So we're just gonna go over the same way we did the outside. We're just gonna go over the middle a few times. Get those overlapping lines. Okay, and then the last step is to outline the leaves. So the leaves, we're gonna do we're gonna start the same and then we're gonna end a little different. So you're going to first outline the outside. Okay, and now the last step is we're gonna add some detail to the leaves. So we're gonna add the stems in here. So I'm gonna do some of those overlapping lines and then I'm just gonna do the lines up like that. And I'm gonna do that on all of them. All right, there you have it. There's our flower. So if I pull this one up again, the one that I made before, I did it a little different. I didn't do a different color center, so you can change it up however you want to. And then I left some room here and I wrote a little saying for my card. So if I were to give this one to someone, I would maybe add the word like hi in like some letters here, and then write my note on the back. But that's just kind of a really simple, fun way to make a flower. And I like it because it was really easy. The watercolor was basically just to give a background, and then we just simply drew it in with our pen. All right, so now we're gonna work on our background one. So what you're going to need for this one is your plastic baggie. So you're going to want to pick your colors. So you can do however many colors you want for this one. I typically stay between 3 and 4 maybe. Just because the more colors you get, sometimes they can blend together and make a weird color that you weren't anticipating. So I'm gonna stick to 3 colors this time. So I'm gonna get some purple. And the key with this one is to get a lot of paint. I mean, a lot of water, sorry. So you're gonna get your water, and then you're just gonna like get that water and that paint onto your baggie. So I know that's weird, but you'll see how this works in a little bit. All right, so now that I have quite a few droplets on here, I'm gonna put my paper back down. This one is really important to have paper towel down because you might get paint. Since there's quite a bit of water on here, it might spill off, and that's fine, but you need to have a paper towel to catch it. So we're gonna take our baggie, and then you're gonna flip it over onto your paper. We're gonna set it down here, and then the fun part is that you just get to squish it. You're gonna squish it down, kind of give it a little shake here, and move the paint around. And then I'm gonna take the baggie off. So there you have it. This part will dry. You could take a napkin or a paper towel and just blot it a little bit just to get that off if you don't want that darker color on there, but however you want to do it is fine. There we go. So we're gonna let that one dry. Again, it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna add some words to it. So I will show you that. All right, now that our background is dried, I kind of already started this step, but you are just going to add your words, whatever you want it to say. So I'm gonna write on this one, "You are awesome," because you all are awesome. And sometimes we need that reminder, or you can give that in a card and give your friend that a reminder, or a family member. So I already wrote "you are." I just did simple, all capital letters. And then for awesome, I'm gonna do cursive. So I'm gonna show you that if you are unsure how to do certain letters or certain words, you can just Google that letter in cursive, or you can Google a word in cursive and kind of learn from there. So I'm gonna write the word awesome. Okay, so I have the word awesome now. And I'm not gonna stop there because to add a little more, make it a little more fancy, it's called calligraphy. We're gonna make some of the lines thicker. So we're gonna kind of go back in and trace, but whenever our pen goes down, so right now my pen is gonna start going down. I start here and it's gonna go down. I'm gonna make this line thicker. So I'm just gonna kind of draw it in and color in this line thicker. So then I'm gonna go up and I'm not gonna make it thicker. I'm gonna go down and it's a downstroke again, so I'm gonna make it thicker. All right, so I'm just gonna go through and fix a couple of these. Now that I'm done with all of them, fill them in a little bit more. But you can see that that was a really easy way to just make it look a little more fun. Yeah, there you have it. Those are just 2 of the ways that two of the ways I have been using watercolor. And like I said, I'm no artist, but these are just two simple things that anyone can do. You could probably copy some of these different techniques with just a marker if you had it. So I encourage you to try something new, find something that calms your brain, calms your mind, and yeah, have fun with it. See ya.